Today I'm going to teach you how to train your mind to attract unlimited wealth, not by wishing, not by hoping, but by rewiring your consciousness according to principles that are 3,000 years old. Listen carefully. Your bank account is a perfect mirror of your mind. Show me how you think, and I will show you exactly how much money you have. Change how you think, and your wealth changes as a direct consequence. When I was 29, I was broke. Not just financially broke, mentally broke. I had a degree, skills, and I was working hard. But I was stuck at $40,000 a year, stressed and angry. I went to my Rebbe and asked, "Why am I struggling while people who don't care about God are becoming millionaires?" He said, "David, God told Moses, 'I am.' Not 'I was' or 'I will be.' Present tense. You were created in His image, which means you have the power to create in the now. But you're living in the past saying, 'I've always been poor,' and in the future saying, 'Maybe one day.' You're never in the now, where all creation happens." He continued, "Your mind is like the Holy of Holies. It's where reality is formed, but you've let it become polluted with fear and scarcity. You need to guard it like the high priest guarded the temple, because what you allow into your mind becomes your life." That conversation shattered me. Within 2 years, I went from $40,000 to over $1 million in annual income. Not because I worked harder, because I trained my mind. Let me show you the 3 mental shifts that changed everything. Mental shift number 1. From scarcity to abundance consciousness. In Exodus 16, the Israelites are starving in the desert. They complain, "We're going to die. At least in Egypt we had food. God sends manna from heaven, enough for everyone. But there's a rule. Take only what you need for today. If you hoard it, it rots. This is the abundance principle. There is always enough. But you must trust it. The moment you operate from scarcity, from fear that there's not enough, you create lack. Scarcity sounds like, "I can't afford that. That's too expensive. I have to save every penny." Every time you speak those words, you program your subconscious to create lack. Your mind hears, "I can't afford it," and stops looking for ways to afford it. Abundance sounds different. How can I afford that? What value can I create to earn that? Money flows to me easily. This isn't positive thinking. This is neural reprogramming. Here's your first practice. Every morning, before checking your phone, say out loud, "I live in an abundant universe. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. I am grateful for the wealth that is already mine." Say it, even if you don't believe it yet, because belief follows action. Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." You are what you think. Think scarcity, become scarcity. Think abundance, become abundance. Mental shift number 2, from victim to creator. In Genesis 1, God creates with words, "Let there be light." And there was light. He didn't beg, He spoke, and reality obeyed. You're made in His image. You create with your words. But most people create poverty. "I'm so broke. I never have enough. I'm just unlucky." Every time you speak like a victim, you reinforce victimhood. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a joke and a declaration. The wealthy speak differently. Not, "I can't," but "I choose not to right now." Not, "I'm broke, but I'm building." Not, "This is impossible," but "This is challenging, and I will figure it out." Here's your second practice. For 30 days, ban these phrases. "I can't afford it." "I'm broke." "That's too expensive." Replace them with, "I'm choosing to invest elsewhere." "I'm building my wealth." That's an opportunity to level up. You'll feel ridiculous at first, but within weeks, opportunities will appear that weren't there before. Not because the world changed, because your mind changed. Deuteronomy 30:19 says, "Choose life." You have a choice. Every moment, every thought, every word. Choose creation. Choose power. Mental shift number 3. From consumption to contribution. Abraham became extraordinarily wealthy. Why? Because he was obsessed with giving. Genesis 18 tells us he sat at his tent looking for travelers to serve. He pursued opportunities to give. Giving shifts your identity. When you give, you tell your subconscious, I have more than enough. I am abundant. The broke mindset says, once I have enough, then I'll give. The wealth mindset says, I give now, because giving creates the consciousness of having. The Talmud says, Aser bishvil shetitashir. Give tithes so that you may become wealthy. This is spiritual law. I started giving 10% when I had $847 in my bank account. It hurt, but I did it. Within 30 days, I received an unexpected check for $1,200. Coincidence? Maybe. But it kept happening. Here's your third practice. Give something every single day. A compliment. Your time, knowledge, a smile. Train your mind to be a giver, not a taker. And once a month, give money. Even $5. The amount doesn't matter. The act of giving rewires your brain to believe you are abundant. Now let me add 2 critical practices that amplify everything. Practice 4. Guard your mind ruthlessly. Proverbs 4:23 says, Guard your heart above all else, for from it flow the springs of life. In Hebrew, heart means mind. The average person checks their phone 150 times a day. They scroll for hours. They watch news that fills them with fear, and they wonder why they feel anxious and broke. Your mind is your most valuable asset. The wealthy curate their inputs like a museum curator selects art. For 30 days, eliminate all news, gossip, and negative social media. Replace it with books and content from people who have what you want. Every morning, spend 30 minutes feeding your mind with wealth consciousness. Every evening, 15 minutes in silence. Visualize your future. Reprogram your subconscious before sleep. Practice 5. Move from hoping to knowing. Hope is weak. Hope says, maybe it'll work out. Knowing is power. Knowing says, it is already done. Mark 11:24 says, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours, not will receive. Have received. Past tense. When I built my first business, I had no clients, no revenue, but every morning I said, thank you, God, for my $1 million business. Not, please give me. Thank you, as if it already existed. People thought I was delusional, but I wasn't hoping. I was knowing. Within 18 months, it manifested. Write down your financial goal. Not, I want to make, but I am so grateful now that I earn. Present tense. Read it every morning and night. Feel the gratitude as if it's already true.